My name is Bridge, Bridge. This broadcast is a message to those who carry the inheritance of the Son and who are the true righteous rulers of the earth. All praise due to our mother, Amos Nefertari, and all our mighty ancestors. The purpose for this video is to let you know that you are not alone, and we are strategically spread abroad by design to the advantage of our enemies. And the purpose of this video is to hope that it finds you and that we can come together and be one again and face this together. I'm going to be reading for a few minutes because the same tension that's in your head that you go through from the demons that you're surrounded by, the people that you're surrounded by, I go through the same thing. We're one and the same. So as you know, it can cause things to be difficult at times when it comes to concentrating on certain things. So bear with me while I read this message. Again, this is a message to those who carry the inheritance of the Son and who are the true righteous rulers of the earth. You have awakened to see all eyes are on you. You realize that you are surrounded by devils, by demons. I call them changelings, who are witches and warlocks, and they are somehow able to appear as us. You can see that they all move to the same rhythm, an unnatural rhythm, and it seems as if they all have a manual that you didn't get. You have awakened to realize that life is much more spiritual than they ever wanted you to know. You now know that everything has been lies. A spell has been cast upon you your whole life. This spell is called the American Dream. And you realize that these devils are nothing more than cast members in this American Dream. And like myself, you now know that most of your family are traitors. And they are in agreement with these cast members. You may now know they can hear your thoughts, because your thoughts alone are one of the most powerful forces on the planet. Righteousness does not have to creep or whisper. Your mind is a real-life superpower. Every time you try to get a moment to yourself just to think or get some clarity, they come, because they're haunting you. They're hunting you and stalking you to bring distraction, to deflect the answers that are already within you. How do they know exactly where you are? Because you are a mini version of the sun, surrounded by soulless entities that have no light. They can see you through walls, they can see you through concrete, because none of these materials can hide or contain our energy. We are literally many versions of the power of the sun. When you awaken, not only could you see this demonic rhythm they all move to, but your sensory system came back on. You can feel their evil intentions. You can't be fooled by this smiling, beguiling, deceiving beast anymore. You can feel their hatred for you by the extreme tension in your head. The same thing that I go through, which no one speaks about. You can feel their hate for you by the extreme tension in your head. You have always had this sensory system. They just put it to sleep or numbed it through the things that we eat, drink, and the things that we've been eating and drinking since the day we were born and along with it's a elixir for the spell that they cast. You know, a lot of the things that we have been eating and drinking since the day we were born that taste good to us are in the same category as any street drug, which is a form of witchcraft and sorcery. It's not really that they can harm you as they make it seem. The problem is that there were never supposed to be so many of them. This is a totally unnatural environment. A totally unnatural environment that they can attempt to overload or overwhelm the system. And it can be very difficult for us at times. However, we still prevail. Basically, what I'm saying is that there were never supposed to be so many of them, but you walk into a room with 20 natural people like me and yourself, and then let's say you have 3 or 4 demons in the mix of that room, you know, trying to hide. Because there was a time when we hunted them. You know, every movie you've ever seen about demon slayers and demon hunters and witch hunters and so on and so forth, those are true life stories, fabrications about the family in which you are an ascendant of. You know, there was a time when things were not like this, and they did not have control over things at this time, and we are prisoners of war. Like I said, you would be able to sense, your sensory system will let you know that this is not a natural person, and off with his head. So, let me go on. However, we still prevail. I'm sorry to tell you, this doesn't go away. It's been 8 years for me, but it does change. You will reach a superior level of concentration and mental stability. The purpose of this broadcast is not for us to communicate through text or video, but for us to actually come together and reunite and be together and no longer be strategically spread abroad to their advantage. It seems like you're the only one in your city. It may very well be true, just as it may be true that I'm the only one in my region. We must come together. Last but not least, I know that everyone inflicted with this unnatural spirit is not a reprobated mind and will not be counted out in the end. You are at war within you are at war within. Let me start that over. Last, I know that everyone inflicted with this unnatural spirit is not a reprobate and will not be counted out in the end. You are at war within, and a few of you have helped to unlock some chambers in my mind. The door is still open to you. If you can get to the lighthouse, I will protect your freedom, especially the black woman and child. Your only admission is the full, undeceiving truth. This message is only for you who carry the inheritance of the Son and the true grandchildren of the righteous rulers of the earth. All praise due to our mother, Amos Nefertari, and all our mighty ancestors. Once again, this video is not about teaching or, trying to awaken anyone or get anyone woke, so to speak. This is really, once again, the best example I can give is if you've ever seen the movie I Am Legend, which you will have seen because you're supposed to have seen it. Everything works in accordance to you, for us. And, he was surrounded by zombies, and he sent out a broadcast to find someone like him, and he did. So I do not have the resources to just blindly send out a search party, which would be me alone, because all this time no one has came forward. So it would be me alone. I don't have the resources to do that, and it's made that way by design. But knowing exactly where you are, and I am in California, Los Angeles, California, we can put our resources together to either get to where you are or you come to where I am. And we move forward from there. Because we're not supposed to be doing this alone. I don't have anything else to say. To anyone out, this video, to me, it's not really about views. It would be proving more of a miracle if it didn't have any views and it still reached you, who it's supposed to reach. But if you do happen to see this video and you know how to make sure that it reaches who it's supposed to reach, and you choose not to, then that's on you. If you do, then you know that in the end you will only be saving yourself. So that will be all, and I will be doing the same thing weekly until we are together. That's it.